Hi everyone, it's Heather. Welcome back into the Paper Castle. This is my eBay haul for May 2nd. On this particular day, there were two really big rummage sales, just like last year, in the complete opposite direction of one another. One is here in Jersey, about half an hour from my house, and the other one is right down the road from my mom over in PA, which took me, I think, another 45 minutes to get to after I got to the first one. But they're both really big, so it's worth it to make the drive to go to both of them in one shot. And then I went to a third one that happened to be another 10 or 15 minutes down the road from the one near my mom's. So that was the last one of the day and the smallest. But I did okay. I mean, considering they're two of the bigger ones of the season, I was, really excited, but didn't do nearly as well as I'd hoped I would have. At this first one that I've been going to for years, a couple years ago, I spent like $50 and made over $1,000 at that one. Not nearly as lucky this time around, but I did have a very scary experience. In this particular town where this first one was, that's Nasty Rummage Sale in her mother's neck of the woods. They're always around there somewhere. And I didn't see them in line. And then I realized, I felt like I was, in a nightmare when I walked in there, because there they were at the checkout tables. I'm like, oh my God! Like, ah! Thankfully, they were actually in decent moods that day and not giving anybody any crap about anything, or at least not me, so I was happy about that. So let me start by showing you what I got. I got so desperate at this one, guys, I bought shoes, okay? And I hate buying used shoes. I think they're gross. I know a lot of people sell them, and it's great, but I just, no. But these two pairs were too nice to pass up. They were $2 a pop, and I got two really nice pairs of Cole Haan. You can see here, Cole Haan driving loafers. These are the Croco embossed driving loafers. All these little nubby things on the bottom. I think these are size 13, I believe. 13 or 13 and a half. I know they fit my son probably, but he wasn't interested. And then I got this pair, another set of driving loafers, and these have the cedar shoe stretchers 5 times fast. Hello. They have the stretchers in them. So the stretchers by themselves can go for around 15. So I'm hoping maybe 30 to 40 a pair. Maybe 45 to 50 on these, because the stretchers are in them. And then I also bought a purse, which you guys know I don't buy a lot of those either. But couldn't pass it up for $1, because it's a Laurel Birch purse made with this kind of tapestry fabric. Has these corduroy handles, straps. There is the tag inside. It's in really good shape for $1. Might get 15 to 20 plus shipping out of that. So I usually either go to the craft room first or Housewares first. So this time around I decided I'll run through Housewares, get what I can get there, and then I'll run into the craft room. I spent, I think, a whopping $20 at this sale. No, 26. Sorry. I actually spent 46, but there are 2 items that are upstairs in my son's room that I can't show you that he took ownership of after I got home, which I pretty much knew in the back of my mind he would. Over on the electronics table, they had some martial arts weapons. They had a tonfa, which was a black wooden, it's like a nightstick. You see police officers carrying them around sometimes. A nightstick, but it has the other shorter handle going perpendicular to the long part of the handle. Some people call it a nightstick or a police stick. Some people, I guess the martial arts name for it is a tonfa, T-O-N-F-A. They had one of those for $10. So I picked that up. Could have actually sold it for like $30 or more. And then they had a pair of Psy, which if anyone's a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle fan, I think Raphael carries the pair of Psy. They look like, they actually look like big long forks, but the middle part is a lot longer than the other two sides of it. And found a pair of those. Those were also $10. And they had dragons etched into them and everything. And he flipped out because my son absolutely loves any kind of weapons and swords. And he's just very into all that stuff. So he said that was his payback for taking his sister to school that day because, of course, I needed to get to this first sale really early because they start lining up at like 7:30, if not earlier. And of course, she was on time for the bus, but the bus came early and left without her. So I was freaking out. So I had to bang on his door and wake him up because that's normally the time when he's sleeping. And he got up and took her to school for me. So he said that that was the universe's way of him being paid back for being woken up and having to take her to school. So whatever. So those went to him. So then in the housewares section, I found a few things. It wasn't great, but I got this tiny little glass teapot. It says the Republic of Tea on the bottom. If that's gonna focus. I don't have my glasses on, so I can't see if it's focusing or not. Anyway, I thought it was just really cute. Has like a built-in strainer right here. I think there was like a wire handle that went on this, but it's not there. But for 25 cents, I wasn't gonna pass it up. I might only get maybe 10 on that. I got 2 mugs. These were 25 cents a piece. This is a mug sold by Anthropology. The line is called We Love Vera, or We Heart Vera, however you want to say that. That has a really weird, bumpy texture. It's kind of cool. Should be able to get my normal like 10 out of that, so $19.99. Free shipping. And then this little guy is from Radio City Music Hall. He's one of the wooden soldiers from the March of the Wooden Soldiers that the Rockettes do at the Christmas show. This is from MSG Entertainment, which I think is from Madison Square Garden, even though they're not at Madison Square Garden. But should be able to get at least 10 out of him. Those are the only 2 mugs I got. Then I got a little bag full of like dip pens and eraser brushes, you know, the ones that have an eraser on one end and the brush on the other. They were all hardened up, but I mainly got it for the dip pens, and there was one kind of crappy fountain pen in there. Didn't really think much of it. Didn't pay much for the bag. I can't remember, maybe $1 for the bag full of them. But then this little mechanical pencil was in there, and I didn't realize what it was until I got home. It's probably only worth like $10, but I thought it was interesting. And you're not going to be able to see it because I hardly saw it, and this marbled texture makes it almost impossible to see without a magnifying glass. But it says it's something here about the coronation of King George VI in 1937. So I guess these were little souvenirs that they sold. King George was Queen Elizabeth's father. So I thought that was cool. Then I got one Lennox piece. Probably won't sell till next Easter, but this is a nice egg or deviled egg dish with the little bunny rabbit and all the little tulip egg-shaped little things in it. It says Lennox down there. So that was 3. And picked this up my second go round in Housewares. This had a 25-cent sticker on it. And I saw that it said, if you guys can see this, it says Dunhill right here on the side. There we go. And to me it didn't look like a regular ashtray. I thought maybe it was a cigar ashtray, which it is. I looked it up on my phone. These, if they're in really good condition, sell really well for around $75. This one has a few scratches and it's got a chip right here. So I'll probably only get 15 to 20, but it's still a great profit on 25 cents. So definitely worth picking up. Let's see, what else. This, I'm hoping, is my best find in the Housewares section. I saw this guy, didn't really look him up or anything. He was $1. I just thought he was really well made and had a whole bunch of markings on the bottom, so I just put him in my bag. This is called the Lobster Vendor by Barbara Baldwin, and it says Gold Crest over here, but it's actually a gold Schneider piece, something like that. And I'm probably gonna start him around 100 and at auction and see what happens. See if I get any watchers, and take it from there. But I think that's she's a fairly well-known artist, so fingers crossed. Maybe at least, if I don't get 100, maybe 50 to 75. We'll have to see how that goes. What else did I get there? I found absolutely nothing in the craft room. Nothing, not a zip. Either that or Nasty Rummage Sale lady raided the craft room before the sale and took everything good, because I know she goes for craft stuff. So maybe that's what happened. I don't know. But I'm just happy that I didn't have to deal with her at all. She was at another table doing clothes, and her mother was at the Housewares table. And thankfully she wasn't, in too much of a cranky mood. So I lucked out. Let's see, what else? Oh, the only other thing that I got there was I got this set of CDs called Testify, the Gospel Box. It's a really nice set. It's got 3 CDs in it. For $1 I can probably make, I think, around 15 plus shipping on that. And last but not least, I actually was walking past the clothing section right after I bought those weapons for my son, because you had to walk through clothing to get back to Housewares. And I was touching all the sweaters in the men's section and felt one, and it felt really soft. So I'm like, ooh, that feels like cashmere. And it was. So for $3, I picked up this cashmere sweater from Glen Royal. It's a XXL. Bigger sizes always seem to sell better on eBay. So it's a really nice polo style cashmere sweater. Hopefully it's like 25 to 35 on that, hopefully. So I think that was it. And that's a big sale. I can't believe that was all that I found. I was kind of depressed. So, drove 45 minutes to the other one, which last year I had really good luck at, even though I got there late. This year, not so much. I spent a whopping, I think, $11. It was pretty sad. So let me show you what I got from there. In the Christmas section, I think I only got 2 things, and these cost about 20 cents a piece. Yeah. I got this little vintage Woodstock ceramic ornament, and he's got his little label on the bottom. Might get about 10 for him. Then I got this really nice, again for 20 cents, this really nice enameled and bejeweled snowman box. I mean, I don't know what you could fit in it. Maybe like a pair of earrings or a ring or something, but that's about it. But he is just adorable. He's just so cute, and I can't find anything like him anywhere else on eBay. Most people are asking like 30 to 40 on these little enameled boxes because they really are well made, really heavy, nice weight to them. So that's probably what I'm gonna put him up for and see what happens. Then in the DVD section, I think these were $1 a piece. I bought these two Debbie Sieber workout videos. They're brand new and sealed. They're not really going for much, so I think I'm just gonna keep these for myself. Because she's in the some of the Beachbody DVDs that I have, and I really like her because the reason I like her is she's very realistic. She's not one of those overly perky ones that you just want to punch them in the face. They just go on and on. They're like, are we having fun? No, we're not having fun. Shut up. Let's see. I got this mug for 20 cents. This cool 2 thumbs up Pac-Man mug. No maker's mark on the bottom. But I already listed him, I think, for $19.99 with free shipping. Then I got this little dessert plate because it says Nature's Journey Marjolaine Bastine on the back. Her stuff is really popular. It was sold at Hallmark. And I think this originally came as a set of 4 plates. But this one should do well by itself because it's got a cardinal on it, and those are really popular. So hopefully at least 10 out of that. And in the toy section, I was looking for Liberty puzzles because at that sale, the past 2 times I've gone, I found Liberty puzzles. They're the nice, really thick hand-cut wooden puzzles. Didn't find any of those. But I did find this Uno Tiki Twist. I think he was $1. Everything's there. It's complete. And these surprisingly go for around $15 to $20 a piece. And then the last thing that I got in they have a dish room. Because this particular sale's in a car dealership. And there's all these rooms. It's like a maze. It's absolutely bizarre. You have to go through room after room after room, and so they have a dish room. And in the dish room, I found these pretty depression glass crackle pattern plates. These are from a company. I think either the line or the company is called By Cracky, B-Y and then C-R-A-C-K-Y. And I thought the pink color was really nice. I paid $1 a plate, so $6 for the set. I'm gonna sell them all together. Hopefully get 30 to 40. Fingers crossed. So I think that was it from there. And then I went to the last sale, which was really tiny. But I did manage to, I spent a whopping $2. But I did pretty well for $2. Got this big sandwich bag full of buttons, and buttons are really good sellers on eBay, especially if you have a lot of them. I have a boatload of buttons down in my basement that I have excuse me, that I have to get rid of. So I have to make up a couple lots of buttons and get those out of here. Probably keep a few for myself. And then I found, I think this whole thing was $1.50. Yeah, I think I spent 50 cents for the buttons and then paid $1.50 total for all this really pretty lace trim. I got 2 cards of this gold, then 1 card of this scalloped one, which has kind of a holographic shimmer on the bottom of it. 1 card of this with the gold in the middle, and then 1 card of this, which The pink part is just plastic. You're actually, the lace part is just this white and gold part right here. And one card of that. Can't go wrong for $1.50 for all that lace. Lace is expensive. I also, in addition to the boatload of buttons, have a boatload of lace in my basement that I have to get rid of. Initially bought it, you know, for myself for crafting. I know I'm never going to use it. I'm way too busy. I'm working constantly. It's enough lace for like 3 lifetimes, so I got to get rid of some. So that's it, guys. That was 3 rummage sales worth of stuff. It was pretty sad, but I mean, I'll still definitely make a profit. I'll do okay, but not nearly as fun as those sales have been in the past. But tomorrow, which is May 9th, oh no, May 10th, today's May 9th. Tomorrow is May 10th, and tomorrow is the Super Bowl of rummage sales. So I'm very, very excited. At the high school, 15 minutes down the road, the Catholic high school, they closed the whole school for a week, getting ready for the sale, and then on Friday and Saturday, they have their mega, huge, enormous garage sale, and no lie, it opens at 8. I'm hoping to get there at like 5:30, quarter to 6. And no, I'm not kidding, because people get there at the crack of dawn and start lining up. So I want to be one of the first ones in line. Thankfully, it's not supposed to rain until later in the day, so I'm hoping I can just sit there and read my book till the doors open and then run in there and go nuts. And last year I spent $36 and got probably over $1,000 worth of stuff, so hoping to do that well this time around. I'm going to run towards the health and beauty first, then the crafts, then the housewares, and the mugs, and just go crazy. I'm normally there probably 2.5 to 3 hours. Oh, it's insane. I wish I could bring you guys there with me. We would all have so much fun. Anyway, that's it, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.